Happy release week! Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Nelly and I am an indie author this week. It's gonna be really weird getting myself used to saying indie author instead of aspiring indie author. I'll get used to it. Anyway, it's release week and I'm not really anticipating too much going on this week because I am so very brand new and still learning the ropes with the debut. But we're cataloging it for the memories. So it is currently 3:51. I got home like an hour ago, ate, rested, like I was on YouTube. I didn't really do much. But now I need to go and do some work. And by work I mean write. And then I have like actual work to do later. But I was at work, like at the school today, and for like a good hour of it, I'm still waiting for them to give me my assignment, so I was doing like little things for them. But for a good hour of the time I was there, I went onto my business Gmail account, went onto the calendar there, and set up my calendar for 2022. Not like perfectly, but I set it up like with all the projects and how long I think it'll probably take me to like when I need to have it done. So when I should be booking like an editor, a cover designer, and all of that stuff. What day I want to release it, all sorts of stuff like that. Here, let me show you. I hope you can't really actually see what's written there, but if you can't, oh well. We are right here, that's today. So this is for the next month. And it's a lot, mind you. This isn't like 100% I'm gonna get all of this done. This is just, you know, what I think is gonna happen. Obviously all of this is gonna change as I actually work on it. But yeah, sometimes we have like cleaner weeks like that where it's just one project. Sometimes it's like way too many projects to be reasonable, but oh well. Later on we get in, we also went to 2023. But yeah, later on it gets a lot cleaner because obviously I'll be working on other stuff that I don't have planned out yet. But I literally spent like an hour doing this, and I might do a little bit more later because I don't know, I just like doing it, even though most of this is gonna end up tweaking around and changing. But yeah, I also realized on the tea ride back home that I didn't give myself any vacation time in any of this. So I'm usually not one to give myself vacations, but like I literally gave myself none, not even a day. Oh, that's a lie. December 15th, 2022 is empty right now. Happy release day! It's 3:30. I got back like 30 minutes ago. Work was really good today. Like they had a little bit for me to do, and then I spent the rest doing other stuff, you know, for myself. And I found out that I had more than I knew. I had one pre-order on Amazon for an ebook, and then I went on to Ingram just like I didn't think I had anything, but I was just going on because, you know, I'm keeping track of the sales. I had 7 pre-orders. I was like, what? I know 8 isn't like a huge number, but for me it is because I wasn't expecting really any. So it's a great way to start off the day. But yeah, just ate some frozen burritos because I don't want to cook, and in a little bit I'm gonna get to work, but today has been nice. Hello, I totally forgot I was filming this. It is 7:15 on Thursday. I am home alone. And I haven't been doing anything since I got home at like 3:30. But at work, they didn't really have me do anything. So I got a bit of stuff done. We got like 500 words for twins written. And I got home and I was gonna do more, but I was like, oh, let me give myself a break because tomorrow I'm trying to do a 10K day. So I'm just gonna break it so I don't drain myself. And then I got 1 chapter of copy edit implementation done for the sequel to, I don't have my author copies yet, but to Alluring Darkness. Then I spent an hour and a half fixing my website. I spent like part of that trying to figure out the newsletter, and I still don't have it figured out. I'll figure it out at some point. But then I started fixing the website because I hated what my website looked like. And I essentially, way back when I first, around the time I first created the website, I had this like homepage, and it was just unpublished, and it was just sitting in my pages section. And then I opened it again. I was like, oh my god, that looks so much nicer. So I put it back up, and oh, the website just looks so much nicer now. I don't know where it's at. Let me see if I can find it. What I don't love is that this is home, but I need this to say home so it can say home up here. But whatever. We got that. That is the Kensington Gardens. I took that picture when I was in London. I loved it. And we got that. Basically, a lot of this was already like there. Like all of this was already there. I just like changed some pictures. Picture was already there. I just changed the wording here. Explore the World was already here because a lot of this was like pictures of me traveling and stuff. So I just changed this section. Well, this. Kept that there, and then I changed a picture here. I kept this picture, and then I changed this entire section. So yeah, that's cute. And then here I had 4 pictures of me traveling. Changed it to the first 2 covers. Oh, by the way, that's the cover to book 2. It's so cute. I love it. And then I changed this too. I'm probably gonna change it again. And then here I'm gonna, this is just what I have for now. I'm gonna end up changing it to just the names of books 3 and 4. And then again, this was a picture I already had. This was from Wales. This was actually from Wales too. And then this is a quote that someone on Instagram wrote about a book. So I just put it there because I think it's cute. I still need to fix all this. I can't remember how to fix this, so I need to go find it. I'm still trying to figure out how to take Powered by WordPress off because the plugin I got is not working. I'm still trying to figure out how to take this section off because it's ugly. But yeah. And then I got the book section. Here, I didn't go into fixing this, but I need to fix that too. But yeah. It's cute. I love it. And then I think this is just linked, yeah, to Amazon because, what is this? I'm on Google Chrome. I use Safari for all my stuff. I'm on Google Chrome, and my Google Chrome is open to the Amazon that I had when I was in London. That's why it says that. I was like, what? Who changed the part? What is going on? That's why it says that. Like, it's my London. Okay. But anyway, it links to Amazon. I have it linked to Amazon because I get the most royalties there. I probably shouldn't do that, but oh well. And then the Goodreads. But yeah. I can change that cover now too. But it's cute. And then we have the little contact page that this just came with the website. I didn't do anything to that. But this again is from like when I originally did my website for like travel stuff. We just have, this is from Amsterdam. That's from the Jonas Brothers concert in London. That's from Quebec, Canada. And that is from Wales. Hello! We are on the ground. We have my water and some yogurt because I haven't really eaten today. I had like a little piece of banana bread and like this little other bread thing, but haven't really eaten today. Didn't really eat yesterday, so yeah, we're gonna eat this. But also, hold on, my cord's in the way. This yogurt's very thick. In this vlog, I don't really have a lot to talk about this week. It's literally like 3 o'clock. It's 2:30 and I haven't done anything today. I was supposed to do a 10K day today. Did not happen. Literally have not done anything today. So I figured we'd sit down and talk about my plans, like what I'd like to get done by the end of this year, so within the next 28 days. So we'll see how that goes. Also, it's December and it's kind of warmer than it was in November, so I don't know how that's working out. I have my window open a little bit right now, and this is like perfect lighting. It's just great. But anyway, my goals for the rest of this year. One is to finish doing what I'm doing currently. So it's to finish applying copy edits for Beholding Darkness. So yeah, we're 5 chapters in. So we got a while to go, but after that's done. And then it's gonna be to order the proof, finalize the paperback measurements and stuff so I get my full cover. But like those little tweaks. And then that book is pretty much done and just ready for proofs and to be out there. So that one should definitely be done by like next week. And then number 2 is just to finish draft 3 of the 3rd book in that series so that I can have it ready by the new year to go like read through another time to like fix little things. And then I have my copy editor booked for January 11th, so I have to have it done by then. But I have to have that read through after these edits so that I can make sure it's flowing well for her to get. That's the part I'm stressed out about. I was supposed to start that today, but I pushed it so that I can do book 2's copy edits first so that I can remember what happens in there and then flow into book 3. But yeah, it's taking a while. I think I went so hard in November that it's like I need to break a little bit. So I'm giving myself these couple days. But yeah, there's that. And then book 4, I don't really have anything for that. It's really just to outline maybe the last like 2 or 3 days of the year, just to like start the outline, because the first like 10-ish days of January I'm gonna just be putting to outlining that book. So I don't really have goals for that, other than my goal was to book the editor, so I like 1, she books up pretty far in advance, and 2, so I have my date down. I did that. I booked it. I already paid my invoice and everything, like my deposit, so that is done. And it's stressing me out a little bit because the book's not even written yet, better yet like edits begun or anything like that. So that one is stressing me out a bit, but we're not gonna worry about it right now. So that one's done. I don't have to book cover designer because I already have my cover designer. We're starting book 3's cover next month. Once I send book 3 to my copy editor, I'm gonna start the cover. So yeah, I don't really know what it's gonna be yet, so there's also that to figure out, but I'll figure that out while I'm doing edits. Then we move on to my standalone, which is gonna be like in the middle of this series coming out. My standalone so far from what I have planned is gonna be coming out. So for like this year in terms of working on it, it's just to finish these edits. I haven't really put that much time into it because I've been more focused on twins, and then now I'm more focused on these copy edits, so it's like it keeps taking the back seat of like all my projects. So I do need to prioritize it a little bit. I want to do a 10K day for that one next week, but that's on like if I finish twins, because twins does have a tiny bit of a priority right now. But yeah, my goal for that is just to finish draft 2 and then to find beta readers for it, preferably to send it to beta readers, but at least to find beta readers for it. And then in terms of like getting stuff done for it, I already contacted an editor, got a sample edit. She sent it back to me today, so I'm gonna go through her copy edit just to like, I feel like it's good, but like I'm just gonna check and then message her back and book her. Probably she was excited about it. She's like, oh, I really like these 2 chapters. I also told her at the beginning, I was like, hey, this is still gonna have some more edits go through it, like this is not the final version. But she was like, oh, I like these 2 chapters, like they're so cute. And she's like, I want to work on it, but like no pressure. And I mean, technically it is job, so obviously she wants to work on stuff so that she can get paid, but also you want someone who's gonna enjoy it to be working on your stories. So I think I'm gonna book her. I'm just gonna because I went through it already, the sample she sent me, but I want to like recheck. And then I'll have her booked, and she is literally half the price of my editor right now. And mind you, this is like half my fault. When I was booking my editor for the Whittle Magic series, I didn't really do research. I just kind of went into it with, I like know she's an editor, I know she has like clean writing and stuff like that, so I figured she could do it. I mean, I got a sample from her too, but like I didn't really do my research to try to find more. And I'm not mad about it. Like, I don't mind that I paid her that much, but going into all the books that I have planned to come out next year, I cannot be spending that much money for edits, especially because not the standalone's pretty short, or like it's supposed to be pretty short. We'll see where it actually ends up, but most of my books tend to be really long. So yeah, I found recently I have a spreadsheet for cover designers, editors, book boxes, like all sorts of different spreadsheets that I can go onto like when I'm looking for stuff. So I found some more editors. I've contacted a couple. I've heard back from like a couple, but like I'm still waiting on some. But in terms of booking this editor, I feel like we should be good. My goal really is just to book it within the next few days so I can have my date set, and then that deadline will like motivate me to really work on this book too. And then for part 2 of the standalone is the book A Cover Designer. Cover designers have been giving me so much trouble, like not the people themselves, me trying to pick one, because with the Whittle Magic, I wanted to book one like knowing what I wanted. So when I was looking at cover designers, I could tell like, oh, they could do stuff that like I know they could do stuff that like how I want it, and it worked out because she did what I wanted. And it's hard with the rest of my books because I don't really have a clear idea, because usually I get my idea of like what the cover is gonna look like in draft 3, and I'm only in draft 2, so it's kind of hard. I do though have like a sheet, like I have documents for my covers all the time of like the idea I have for that cover. So I think that's pretty solid. Like I feel like that's definitely what it's gonna end up being. If I keep looking over here, it's because my mirror's here and I don't have like the flip cam, so I can't look at myself in the camera, so I just look at myself in the mirror, so I'm sorry. But I think I know who I'm gonna choose for my cover designer. I've contacted 2 people. They're around the same price. Well, one of them is more expensive, but she's like, oh, it's your first time, so $50 off, so it's gonna be about the same price. So I just gotta choose which one I want. I feel like I know which one I want, but I'm not entirely sure, so we gotta figure that out this year. That's just the goal, is to figure out this year. Plus, I don't know, actually I feel like they should be like pretty open, because originally this book was gonna come out in April, and then I was like, no, let me just push it so it's not coming out in April anymore. So yeah, it's just the book, the cover designer for that too. And then, hold on, I forgot to keep eating. This yogurt is so thick. And then we move on to my fantasy series, which is the bulk of my work. Is what I'm currently working on. We're 98,000 words into it right now, and I'm pretty sure we still have like 28 to 30,000 words left. We have the entire ending, and I think because there's like certain like important dialogues and stuff that I skipped throughout the book, it's only like 2 or 3. Oh, bless you, thank you. It's only like 2 or 3, but because I skipped those, it's like this week I've been trying to like get myself to go back and write them, but I'm definitely not in the mood to be writing those. So it's been dragging my process. So I think what I'm gonna do is just entirely skip over doing that for now, and I just go back to that at the end. And then obviously I'll have to like go through the entire manuscript to like add in things said and stuff like that. But it's just to continue on now, because if I keep trying to go backwards, it's gonna lag, and I'd rather get through majority of the book. So my goal really as soon as possible to finish that book. Yeah, we'll see how long it takes. I have it in my calendar that's gonna, like, I can give myself until the 19th of December, but that is way too long. I'd preferably have it done by like the 10th, but that's a week from now. So that would be like, wait, what number did I say we have? What number were we at? Oh, is that like 4,000 words? Maybe 4,500 words per day? Unlikely, right? So we'll see about that, but it's just to finish draft 2 of that. Look for betas. I don't really have a hard thing to like send it to betas, but I'd like to look for betas at least for this one. And then there's gonna be a novella in between books 1 and 2, so I'd like to start writing that, because it's I'm assuming gonna be like around 30,000 words. So the first draft will probably be around like 20,000 words. I feel like that's not too bad. So I'd like to possibly write that. I don't have to finish it this year. Like, I could finish it into January, but I'd like to start it. And then I'd like to start parts of book 2, because I realized I'm probably gonna be like, I have like scenes and stuff written. I don't have an outline, but I have like different scenes that I can put into an outline, but I feel like I'll have a clearer idea of what I want to put into the outline once I begin writing it, because I've been putting it off for like months, and I think it's because I need a clearer idea and I need to be in the character's head. So I'm just gonna start writing it on like the couple of scenes at the beginning that I kind of know are gonna happen, and then I think the outline will slowly come. And the goal isn't to like actually start writing it this month, it's just to write like a few scenes and stuff like that, and then I'll start writing it sometime next year. And then what was the other one? Oh, and then I have little scenes from book 1 from, you don't really see the characters, but like different characters' point of views. I'm trying to like say this without giving it away, but basically it's just gonna be like one scene that happened in the book but from like someone else's point of view, and then I'm gonna make that a little series on my newsletter when the first book comes out, like a long time from now, but like when the first book comes out, I'm gonna make that a little series on my newsletter, to like newsletter incentive and stuff like that. But I like to start writing them because I feel like they're fun, so why not? Plus, little scenes like that I always forget to do, because I told myself first draft that I was gonna do it, didn't do it. I told myself during the Widow Magic series that I was gonna do different POVs, never did it. So yeah, I feel like I have to remind myself. So I'd like to at least write like 2 of those. One of them does lead into the novella, so I'll obviously at least that one will be written, but I'd like to write at least like 2 of them this month. And I'm thinking like not a lot, like 1,500 words, 2,000 words, like something I can knock out in like a day. And then for that series is the one I'm contacting other editors for, to like see which one I'm gonna go with. They're all cheaper than the one I have for the Widow Magic series, so at the very least I know I can be spending less money. But I'm still waiting for some responses, and if they do like fantasy romance, or if they just do like contemporary stuff like that. And because like basically whoever I choose is getting at least 5 stories, probably 6, we'll see, because it's gonna be a trilogy, so it's gonna be the 3 main books and then the novellas in between. And I know there are gonna be 2 novellas, there might be a 3rd just to make it even, but like I don't know, we'll see. So like whoever I like choose is gonna be getting a ton of projects from me, so I'd like to choose wisely basically. But yeah, we'll see. And then same thing with cover designers, whoever I choose is gonna be getting 5 to 6 covers to be made, so I'd like to choose wisely. The problem is this one is my biggest problem, is I don't know what I want for this cover at all. Like I know, here's the thing, the biggest problem is I know who I want for my cover designer, and she is so expensive that I'm not gonna do it. She's the one like all the big authors go to, Hang Lee Designs. It's the one, like the Blood and Ash series made by her. Ton of books are made by her. Love them, but they're so expensive, and I'm just like, I can't do, that's gonna be more expensive than my editing. Like, I can't do that. So yeah, that's the biggest problem, is like, I don't really know what I want for my cover, so it's hard for me to choose a cover designer and book them. But like, the problem is, like, you have to book your cover designer months and months in advance because they will be booked out. So I'm trying to book mine for like June or July, May to July, around there, May to July. But I don't know who I want. Okay, I've kind of narrowed it down to 7th Star Designs, but also I keep backing out. So like, I don't know. I have a whole sheet too on like covers I like, kind of what I want, blah blah blah, but I'm just like, I don't have a clear idea, and I think part of that might have to do with the fact that we're not in draft 3 of any of the books. But also, I don't know, because like, all the books are gonna be very similar because obviously they're a series, but like different, like symbols and themes and stuff like that are gonna be representative of each book. But yeah, the main goal is really to book that editor and that cover designer for that series, because it's a ton of stories, so I need to get that done, especially the cover designer, and it's gonna be expensive, especially if I do like a bulk order. My problem is too that bulk order, I don't know if they do, because my cover designer currently, she gives me a series discount, and like, I don't have to do all the covers at once. Like, I could do them as the time passes. So I feel like other cover designers aren't like that, so I'm like, would I have to end up doing 3 covers at once to get that discount? It's not like a huge discount, but still a discount. Like, would I have to do a ton of covers at once? Because then at that point I'd have to know the symbols and themes and like the important aspects of 3 of the stories, so like book 1, book 2, and the novella in between those, at least, in order to get those done, and then book the person again to get the other half done later. Yeah, it's a dilemma. I cannot talk with that in my mouth. And then finally, okay, this final one, it's like, I like this book to come out next year, but with all the other projects I'm working on, especially with the fantasy series and how long that is, and the 4th book in the Widow Magic series, and the fact that it's not even written yet, but I already have a deadline for it, I don't know if I'm gonna have time for this. But ideally, I'd like to write another standalone, because I already have the idea for it. It's just, I have parts of the idea for it. I don't have like the individual like outline. My only goal for that for this month is just to write the outline. My first standalone, I literally wrote that outline in 2 nights. I think added up like 2 hours, 3 hours altogether. Like, I wrote it so quickly. So possibly if I could do that too, is just to get the outline done, and then writing the book, I think also was pretty fast for this first one. Is just prioritizing it. That was always left in the back seat. But yeah, I'd like to do that because I want it to come out. It's basically a Christmas story. It's not a Christmas story, but it's set during Christmas time, because it's like, oh, it's just a winter story. Like, it's not specifically Christmas, but it's like set during Christmas time. And I also want to write it in like February, because that's when it's like the coldest here in Boston, and I want to write it when it's like freezing and the snow is falling and all of that. So we'll see how that ends up happening, but hopefully we can finish it. We'll see. I have so many plans for this coming year, for 2022, that it's kind of ridiculous. If you look at my projected calendar, I have my projected calendar, my actual calendar. My actual calendar is like, I only have current projects I'm working on. Like, I didn't fill it in for the months to come. That's my projected one. My projected calendar has so many, like, there are months where there's, like, weeks really, because like 2 or 3 weeks within that month will be just like one project, or like 2 projects intersecting, and then it goes into one project, and then like 1 project, 2 projects, 1 project kind of thing. And then there are weeks where it's like 3 projects on top of each other, maybe 4, and I'm just like, that's cute that I think that I could do that, but like, I know realistically I can't do that, because I always tell myself I'm gonna do stuff like that, and I can't do it. Mind you, when I put it in, like, I'm gonna be working on this book from like this week to this week, it's not like I'm gonna work on it every single day. Like the standalone I'm working on right now, it says in my calendar that I've been working on it since November 19th, and I haven't put it to December 19th, but like, we'll see when I finish. But I probably put in like 7 days of work onto that, and like actual work I probably put in like 6 days of work, and it's been at least 2 weeks, you know. So doesn't mean I'm gonna work on it every single day, it just means like that's the time frame that I've been working on it. But I'm currently working on 3. So the standalone draft 2, twins draft 2, and Beholding Darkness's copy edit implementation, and it's I can usually prioritize 2. I can usually work on 2 pretty well next to each other. 3 is like, I'm doing too much, like I can't do that. So we'll see how that ends up going and how many projects I can actually finish next year. But those are my goals for the rest of December. I've been rambling for a long time, but it doesn't matter because I literally done nothing else this week, so